Today, the long expected, long waited for, and the one I've been waiting to do. I've been champing at the bit with this, but I've had other stuff come up. So it's the That's Type 2 tape, and we'll see how we get on. I've heard people drooling over these tapes, so I'm assuming they're going to be something good. The wrapping looks very smart, but I think there's a case of style over function. Look at this, where it says what type it is. Even on the back, it's only where it says IEC type. Whatever it says, then it says high. But as I said, I do like the way it's actually done. It's very stylish, I think. It gives you promise. It also gives you stickers, grey stickers, and a very nice double-sided J card. Okay, onto the tape itself, and it's got a nice, very black, very rigid feeling. It sort of feels like it's going to be strong, and then I've gave it a bit of a flex, and it was strong. So I'm quite impressed with that. It looks very nice. And it's got the screws so you can repair it if you need to. So everything's looking pretty good on this so far. What we're going to have to do now, it's nicely marked up side A in gold, is get it into the machine. Before we do that, we'll have a quick look at the tape there. It's nice dark tape, really dark. So it's smooth, it's looking good. Looking very good. Just so you know, new people that have come along here, this is what I actually do. I use the W1200, and before every tape I test, I clean the heads and the capstan and the pinch roller, and then I fast forward and rewind the tape so that it's got the best opportunity to work correctly. Power up the TIAC, and here we go. Push. And it's got a lovely little display. So we pop the tape in and give it a go. No point having a tape and not playing it. That's what I say. Right, so first thing I've got to do is fast forward it. And we won't wait till it gets here, and we'll cut this bit out and then just see the end. Right, this machine has a soft stop on the auto stop either end. So that's just stopped. Just rewind it now back to the beginning, and we can go from there. This is the test pattern we're going to record. It's got all the tests in it we need, frequency response, etc. You can look at the nice sharp edges on that trace, and this is it being recorded. Look at the VUs, they're nice and level, they're nice and synchronised. Okay, so this is where we've got to so far. We've got a nice looking cassette, good packaging, nice rigid shell, tape looks good, and it's got screws, nice piece of kit. So what we've got to do now, having done the recordings on it and seen that the signals are looking good, we've now got to play it back, and we've got to take the figures off it. So let's have a look at the track, see what we've got. Now, as you can see here, we have what looks suspiciously like what we originally recorded, well, what we were playing back. It's got nice sharp edges on it, and nice fluffy bits there. Again, sharp edges there, a little bit of a discrepancy on the level, but nothing much to worry about. And yeah, good tracks there, and all the way through. But has anybody noticed the elephant in the room? This track is at a fraction of the level of that track. In fact, if we measure it, let's have a look. That track there. Now, see, there's a slight problem with Audacity. We can't do that. This is a stereo track. So what we've got to do is we've got to go into this little function here, and we've got to say split stereo track. So we click on that, and now we have two mono tracks, which happen to be stereo if you play them back at the same time. So now we can go on to just the one signal there and have a quick look, and it says plot spectrum, and it's roughly 0 dB. So then we go to here and we do the same bit and analyze plot spectrum, and it's minus 18 dB. So this signal is minus 18 dB compared to the previous one. That's not good. So, but whilst we're here, we might as well have a quick look, because I'm not particularly impressed with that. So we'll have a quick look at what the frequency range is because I'm pretty sure we can see it on here. Now, that is actually quite interesting. I've not noticed that before. Anyway, right, so that's on there. We can then analyze this. Plot spectrum. Boom. And look at that, it's very good. In fact, it's excellent. It goes up to 15K before it's lost more than 3 dB. In fact, it hasn't lost 3 dB until it gets to 16K. So that's an excellent trace. And then the drop off to 20 is to be expected. So let's leave that as it is. Let's go on to the 0 dB recording. And here we've got the fairly normal exaggeration of shapes. Have a look at the analytics, plot spectrum, boom. And even at 0 dB, we've actually got pretty good playback until 13K. Let's see. We're looking at 30 to 30, so that's 3 dB. So we go plus and minus 3 dB. So we go there. That's 30. That's 30, about 31. So we can go down to there and come across. So even at the full power, 0 dB, we've actually got near enough 11. Well, we can, if we take it up to there, we can say that's 12 kilohertz or 11 and a half kilohertz, thereabouts, which is pretty good. Pretty dang good, as they say. But, as I say, the elephant in the room is, we have this one here. Let's, out of interest, just see how this one works. And analyze, plot spectrum. Yeah, that's looking reasonable. Got good phase response. It's not as flat though, it's sort of dropping off. It's not the same as the minus 20 recording on the previous. In fact, you can see the shape's totally different. So this is not a low level recording. It's a recording that's playing back at low level. Let's have a look at this one. Analyze, plot spectrum. Not bad at all, actually, there. Talking about 13, 14. But it's got more than a 3 dB drop. I mean, it is for a lesser tape in normal conditions that wouldn't be bad, but it's not good for this one. So that was the problem there. I then recorded some music on it because at this point, remember, I don't know that there's anything wrong. I've only got it set to record, and this is why when you play back things, you have to check them if you're going to put them away. And you can see here that it's got the same problem with the levels. Now, we can play it back, but there's no real point at this point. So what I did then was I did this. I turned the tape over, fast forwarded it, rewound it, and I recorded something different. And I just open this. This is second go. Here we go. Right, and let's see what we've got here. As you can see, it is not good. Now let me just explain. This is the beginning bit. This is your white noise, 0 dB white noise. Now they are both the same level here. And then you've got rapid drop off. And then you got, this is your low frequency drum in, and etc, etc. And you can see here that we've actually got the reverse this time. We've got very low level on the top line, and we've got good level, but not right, on the bottom line. I'm going to play this bit for you. Go by Patricos, dynamic and clean. I think you can hear it's not doing very well, really. It is not sounding like it should do. Let's skip forward because I tried it again just to make sure. That is not meant to do that. That is no way that's meant to happen. But, you know, it's what did happen. And listen to the wow on there. So, we've got a problem with this tape. It is not working properly. So, as I said, we've got a problem with this tape, and it's one of these things that, well, I've looked at the tape, and you may notice that the fault moves, and the second side has the wow problem. So, I looked at the tape and there's not much you can see there, so I haven't bothered putting a picture up for you, but there is a distortion and a bowing. You remember the original looking at the tape was flat. Well, now it's got a slight curve to it. It hasn't tramlined, but it must be being dragged out of true or something, because it's made a right mess of this recording, and there's nothing more can be said about that. So I'm going to have to call it a quit there. I'm going to have to say this tape, if you got a good one, looks like it would be very good. Mechanically, it appears to be fine in terms of the build quality, but it looks like the tape has degraded. There is some reason why it is not tracking properly, and there's nothing obvious on it other than the fact that it doesn't work. You know, you can't get much more of a problem than that. It does not work, and it's not through a lack of trying. So that's it. Well, that's that, as you say. That's that for that. And maybe you'd like to watch one of these other videos that's going to come up, and maybe you'd like to just do a bit of subscribing and things. Always going to be putting up new videos, always going to have facts, always going to have figures, and hopefully something you might find of interest. Thanks a lot. Catch you another time. Bye-bye.